quick thing I want to say before we start Umineko. For some reason, the very first part of this video doesn't have any music coming from the game, even though the game itself is physically giving audio. Like, people are still talking, and you can still hear the voice actors, but for some reason the music didn't start. So I've taken it upon myself to put in probably something, I don't know what I'm going to put in, but I'm going to put some music in, just because I hate the dead sound. And we're going to put something in. I don't know what it is, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Umineko. I don't know, there's something about him. I think someone said he was from Higurashi or something, but there's just something about him. He's not like really bad, but he's just got like that tiny little bit of maybe he's a bad guy to him. I don't know. Just based on his looks, nothing else. Anyway, let's begin.
ビルのてっぺんから飛び降りたんだって？
追っかけがうざかったんで、ちょっと巻こうと思って。
And she survived that? Okay. Angie and an old gentleman wearing an expensive suit were alone in a massive modern conference room. All of the newest machines for presentations were installed there. But they didn't upset the refined and composed atmosphere in the conference room. And that alone was enough to make the business-like theme of the room abundantly clear. However, that didn't matter at all to Angie. She carelessly sat in a high-class chair that executives making a salary of several 10 million yen probably sat in, looking aloof from the world.
下の方の階で改装工事してて、転落防止ネットがあるの知ってましたし。
Well, that makes her jump a whole lot less exciting. Angie talked about it like it was no big deal, but in reality it was a miracle among miracles. To think that she had shot through several layers of safety netting for the remodeling project, been caught on a multicolored banner adorning the atrium and slipped off, only to be softly caught by a final barrier and to land on the ground without a scratch, then briskly leave that place. It put Hong Kong movies to shame.
いくらネットがあるの知ってたったって高さ200メートルの超高層だよ。もしも思い通りにならなかったら今頃大変なことになってただろうよ。
まあちょっとした運試しです。若気の至りってことで。
So they're saying that she'd had enough of that topic. Angie shrugged coldly. Yeah, I knew I'd fall through all those and, make it through. Seeing that, the old gentleman who was looking at the world below through a crack in the blinds cackled.
運試しときたか。いやはや、やっぱり金蔵さんのお孫さんだね。天賦。天の流れに命を預けてもケロリとしてるその度胸。会長も博打に平気で命を懸けられる人だったが、これもUshiromiyaの血なのかね。やっぱりあんた将来大物になるよ。悪いことは言わない。家出ごっこはこの辺で切り上げて須磨寺の家に戻ったらどうだい？
お母さん、実家と仲が悪かったって聞いてます。お葬式で初対面の人の家になんて行きたくないです。
The Sumadera family was her mother's family. It was a bit of an odd family from Kyoto, and compared to Mom's frank appearance, unbelievably strict. The only person in the Sumadera family I had been in good terms with was Grandpa, who was living separately under the guise of retirement. Mom also interacted only with Grandpa, but she hadn't interacted with the rest of the family at all, almost hostilely so. I also only went to Grandpa's house whenever I went to play at the Sumadera family. When I was young, I hadn't really understood it at the time. But I hear that Grandpa, as a man who married into his wife's family, was in an extremely weak position, and his relationship with Grandma was also bad. Maybe you could even say that he was actually hated by Grandma and confined to the house. It isn't hard to imagine that because she had a soft spot for Grandpa alone. Mom was also probably hated by the Sumadera family. As her daughter, I was probably also hated quite a bit. And yet, they had appeared for the first time at Mom's funeral, shamelessly going on about how big I'd gotten, Like they could actually act like family after all this time. After Aunt Eva's death, I would inherit all of the wealth of the Ushiromiya family. If that hadn't been their goal, there's no way they would have been able to say such disgusting words.
まあ一人ぼっちになっちまって自暴自棄になりたいエンジェちゃんの気持ちもわからなくもないな。
自暴自棄とかじゃないです。小うるさいエヴァおばさんもやっとくたばったんで、久しぶりにのびのびと散歩してる
Jumping
だ
off
けじゃないです
buildings, all sorts of
か。
fun
周り
stuff.
が大げさに騒ぎすぎなだけです。
Of course, everyone's goal is the vast Ushiromiya wealth I bear. They must think that if they can become my guardians, they will be able to do as they please with that wealth. Just how many people have tried to act like a substitute parent and get close to me?
エンジェちゃんも辛いことがあったら俺でよかったらいつでも相談してな。エンジェちゃんのこと実の孫みたいに思ってるんだからさ。
はあ、当面はノーサンキューということで。それより話を戻してください。
エンジェちゃん、何度聞かれたって俺が隠してることは何もないよ。あの日の六軒島の唯一の生き残りが会長なんだ。その会長が何も語らずに言っちまった。俺だって何もわからないよ。すべては闇の中だ。
The old gentleman was one of those leaders who, after Eva had passed away, had been entrusted with the business group she had built out. The one he called chairman was the former chairman, Ushiromiya Eva. His company had once had a friendly relationship with Hideyoshi's company, and he had a close relationship with both Hideyoshi and Eva. For that reason, after Eva lost Hideyoshi, he'd become the only person which Eva would have let her true intentions slip. When Eva's heart had been torn by the loss of her family, and she had taken it out on Angie, he'd acted as a buffer between the two, so although Angie didn't trust him, she found him a very easy person to question.
あの事件は、いや、事故か。事件なんて言っちまったら怒られちまうな。そりゃ俺も世間やワイドショーと同じ程度の疑問は持ったさ。
どうしてエヴァおばさんは事故当時、屋敷から2キロも離れたところにたった一人で、それも嵐の晩に。
当時金蔵さんは次の跡継ぎに誰を選ぶかで迷われていた。表向きは長男のクラウスさんってことになってたんだが、クラウスさんはあまり信頼されていなかったんだ。
それで親兄弟4人の中から公平に跡継ぎを決めるため、非分の謎というゲームじみた試練を課した。
それは表向きだな。おそらく金蔵さんは初めからエヴァさんを当主跡継ぎにするつもりだったんだ。長男が跡継ぎだという自らのルールを撤回してでも、クラウスさんと違い非常に勤勉で優秀だったエヴァさんに家を任せたかったんだ。非分の謎を解いた者に家督を引き継ぐなどという新ルールは、クラウスさんから次期当主の肩書きを奪うためだけの茶番だったんだろうな。
茶番ってどういう意味ですか？
あの非分は誰にも解ける必要はなかったのさ。適当に刑事期間を経た後、その答えを与えるだけでいい。つまりそれこそが当主継承の証ってわけさ。
それはワイドショーでは言われていない話ですね。
まあ当主継承がうんぬんなんて話をしたら余計陰謀説が優勢になっちゃうからね。俺もバカじゃないからさ、誤解を招くようなことはわざわざ口にしないよ。
That was his theory. At the time in the Ushiromiya family, the head Kinzo, whose remaining life was announced to be short, was troubled over the problem of who was to succeed him. Normally the successor would be fixed as the oldest son, Cross, who Kinzo had chosen himself. But in his late years, Kinzo began to think that Eva was more fitting to be head. I don't know, I think your whole family's crazy. However, Kinzo, who was stubborn even to himself, was blocked by the title of the next head that he had given to Cross, and had searched for an official stance by which he could skip over Cross and select Eva as the next head. That official stance was the riddle of the epitaph. A primary successor was still Cross, but there was a new rule saying that if someone appeared who could solve the riddle, they would be chosen as the successor to the head. Is there not supposed to be any music during this section? It feels really quiet. In what would probably be his final family conference, Kinzo had told Eva that riddle himself. In short, it was the same as proclaiming that Eva herself was the head.
エヴァさんはあの日、金蔵さんに呼ばれ、それを打ち明けられたんだ。
Just out of curiosity to everyone, is there really supposed to be no music here? Because I've been wondering that and... Oh, there is supposed to be music. Excellent. Good, good. Well, I'm glad it decided not to play until right now. For some arbitrary reason, I don't know. Maybe I'll edit in some music just to in there so it doesn't sound like that. Let's just do that. How about that?
そして当主を引き継ぐため、当主だけが知る隠し館であるクワドリアンにエヴァさんを呼びつけたのだ。
で、一足早くその隠し館で待っていたエヴァおばさんは、そのおかげで事故の難を逃れたと。エヴァおばさんが全ての財産を奪うために事故を装ってみんなを殺し、自分だけ難を逃れただけかもしれない。
大衆氏はそう騒いでるな。だが俺はエヴァさんを信じてるよ。信ずるに足るポイントがいくつかあると思ってる。
例えば？
今エンジェちゃんが指に通してるその後ろ宮家当主の指輪だよ。その指輪は金蔵さんが特別に作らせた世界に一つしかない指輪だ。そして今エンジェちゃんが指にしているものは間違いなくそれだと作った細工師も認めてる。
The Ushiromiya family, the head's ring. That ring with the heft of gold and the one-winged eagle, one-winged seal on it, had a diamond arranged on a pedestal, and felt both sturdy and reminiscent of the dark hobbies of the rich. Kinzo had worn that on his finger without removing it even for a moment. He was saying that the fact that Eva had it was proof that Kinzo had acknowledged her as the successor to the head.
その指輪を確かにエヴァさんが持つからこそ、そして実際にエヴァさんが優秀で、クラウスさんにはビジネスシーンでの数々の集大が知られていたことを加味すると、エヴァさんの話は全くの作り話とは思えないんだ。
その指輪を奪うためにおじいさまを殺害した可能性だってあるけれど、そしてエヴァおばさんは何らかの細工をして事故に見せかけて一族を皆殺しにした。
そうだな。大衆氏は財産の独り占めが目当てで一族を皆殺しにしたなんて言ってるようだな。確かにエヴァさんはここ一番では随分思い切ったこともしちゃう人だよ。あるいは後ろ宮家の財産を独り占めできるチャンスに生涯でただ一度の殺人を犯したかもしれない。だがね、俺はそうは思わない。
そう信ずるに足るポイントの二つ目は？
エヴァさんのご家族だよ。秀吉さんにジョージ君。エンジェちゃんはにわかには信じがたいだろうけど、エヴァさんはあれでかなり家族を大事にする人だったんだ。
I really didn't want to believe it all of a sudden, so I didn't want to accept it. But I did understand vaguely. Aunt Eva certainly had been a person who highly treasured her family. The root of her twisted personality had been nothing more than the sadness of losing her beloved husband and son. Even though after getting hit with her angry outburst as she tried to distract herself from the pain, I have no feelings of sympathy at all. Even so, it's not like I can imagine that the incredible shock from losing your entire family had changed her character.
家族を愛したエヴァおばさんが夫と息子を見捨てるわけがないと？
そうだ。もし本当にエヴァさんが犯人で、一族を事故に見せかけて皆殺しにしたならば、夫と息子が絶対に生き残ってるはずなんだ。偶然、自分の家族だけが隠し館にいたとへりくつをこねてね。もし秀吉さんとジョージ君も無事だったなら、さすがの俺でもエヴァさんの陰謀を疑ったろうよ。俺は、秀吉さんの葬儀で見せたエヴァさんのあの号泣を演技だなんて到底思えんね。
See, that's what makes the plan so great.
どっちも状況証拠的ですね。エヴァおばさんの潔白を物理的に示すには至らない。
それを言っちゃおしまいだよ。生き残ったのはエヴァさんのみ。その彼女がそれが真実だと言うんだからさ。
でも彼女の潔白は誰にも証明できない。
ああ、そうさ。そして彼女の犯行も誰にも証明。そして信ずるべきポイントの最後が警察だ。何しろ派手な事件だったからね。陰謀説を騒ぐ世論に後押しされて、警察が随分とエヴァさんを調べたはずさ。
It's easy to feel something unnatural about the claim that Eva alone had escaped the accident by coincidence. Because only she had escaped to a hidden mansion. Furthermore, at the time, Hideyoshi's company had been right in the middle of a takeover struggle. And in order to buy off the big stockholders, she had wanted a large sum of cash. It shouldn't be too hard to find a motive there. But as a matter of fact, Eva's person had been perfectly clean when she had gone to the family conference. Nothing unnatural was found in her that could have been used to brutally murder her family and make it look like an accident. The servants who escaped harm by being off duty on that day also stated that they hadn't seen anything strange regarding anyone related to the event, Eva included. Putting all of that together, it could only be concluded that Ushiromiya Eva had headed to Rokunjima for a normal family conference without any change, and had encountered an accident.
警察があれだけ散々調べて事件性を見出すことができなかった。警察がそう断じた。それで六軒島疑惑は決着じゃないのかな。
それは単に
I don't know,
警
yeah.
察は事件性発見できなかったってだけの話じゃないんですか？
それを言い出したらキリがないな。悪魔の証明になっちまうよ。犯罪を暴くには証拠を見つければいい。でも無実を示すには何を見つけりゃいいんだい？消極的事実の証明は不可能だ。
エヴァおばさんが犯罪を犯したか否か、それを判断する材料が見つからないから、そのまま真相は迷宮入りということですね。
そうだな。エンジェちゃんの期待する言い方にするとそうなるな。
That's how it is.
エヴァさん自身にだって自分の無実は証明不能なのさ。あの島で不幸な事故があった。そしてたまたまエヴァさんが生き残った。しかもそれ以上のことは何もわからない。つまるところ唯一の生存者であるエヴァさんの話を信じられるか否かってことになるわけさ。俺は信じたよ。指輪の話や彼女の尊敬できる家族愛、そして葬儀で見せた涙、それらを加味して考えて彼女の話を信じようと思ったんだ。
でも私は信じない。指輪なんて奪う気なら方法はいくらでもあるだろうし、家族仲が本当に良かったかなんて誰にもわからない。葬儀の涙が本物かなんて証明不能。というか、私はそもそもエヴァおばさんなんて大嫌い。
Glad someone agrees with me.
だから私は彼女の話を信じようなんて思わない。
Oh, I was about to say, there's like horns in the background. I was about to say, what is that noise? Hey, you hear that? That's really quiet horns. Or maybe that's a fax machine. I don't know what that is. But no, that's a horn. That's definitely a horn. I was like, what is that noise?
事件の真相をどう見るか。俺とエンジェちゃんで真っ向から対立しちまったな。俺たちに与えられてる情報は全く同じなのに、全く異なる見解も持っちまう。こういうこと、政治や経済でもよくあるんだ。同じ事業をやっても必ず評価は分かれちまう。どうしてかわかるかい？
いいえ。
愛があるかどうかさ。相手に愛を感じてるかどうかで、物の見え方は全く違うってことなんだ。
Back to this love thing again, interestingly enough.
好きな人が貧しい人に施しをすれば尊敬できるだろう。でも嫌いな奴が施しなんて始めたら売名行為だとかばらまき行政だとか非難合々さ。何をしてもしなくても愛があれば感謝し、愛がなければ非難する。それが世の中ってもんなんだ。
エヴァおばさんのことを信じられるか信じられないか、それだけの違いってことですか？
彼女を疑う人間には彼女が何をしてもしなくてもそれは実に不自然に見えるだろうさ。逆もしかり。俺はね、世の中には真実なんてものはよっぽどのことがない限り存在しないんじゃないかと思うね。いや、仮にもし真実が存在したとしても、それを信じるか信じないかは、絶対性の宿らない真実なんて真実と呼べるのかい？エヴァさんが物理的なアリバイを示したとしても、君はそれを信じられたかい？
It's hard to counter that. I hate on Eva, so I'll probably deny all information beneficial to her, and interpret all neutral information as malicious. In other words, inside me, the truth is already decided. And despite that, just what in the world is this truth that I'm still searching for, unsatisfied?
そういうことさ。つまり、俺から何を聞こうとも、何を聞いても今更何も変わらないってことなのさ。少なくとも、今のエンジェちゃんじゃ、仮に未知の新事実を掴んだとしても、真相に至ることはできんと思うね。
私では真相に至れませんか？
だってエンジェちゃんはどんな新情報や新証拠が見つかったってエヴァさんが犯人だってスタンスは変えないんだろう？ならこれ以上何を調べたって意味はないじゃないか。君の中の真相はすでに決まっているわけさ。だがもしエンジェちゃんがそれを真相と思わずにさらに奥深くの本当の真相にたどり着きたいと願うなら、もう話したつもりなんだけどな。なんだかわかるかい？
愛ですか？よく意味がわからないです。
エンジェちゃんは今エヴァさんを犯人だと仮定しものを考えている。でもそれじゃあ片目で物を見てるようなものなんだ。片目じゃどんなに目を凝らしても物を立体的に見ることはできないだろ？だからもう一つ目がいるんだ。もちろん今の目とは別の立場での。
エヴァおばさんが犯人ではない。あるいは本当に事故であるという仮定にも基づいて物事を見ろと。
そうそう、その通り。物事を考えるときには異なる立ち位置から見るようにするんだ。そうじゃないと 本当のことは何もわからない。新聞だってそうさ。一つの新聞だけじゃ、その記事を書いた記者の目線一つでしかものが見られない。複数の新聞を読むことで初めて立体的かつ冷静に分析ができることもある。愛がなければ真実は見えない。いいね。
Maybe he thought it interesting that such a flashy phrase would pop out of his mouth. For a while he laughed, looking pleased. At the same time, he was declaring that he had told everything that he knew, and that it was about time to leave. I understood that and got to my feet.
俺にもエンジェちゃんの気持ちが分かったよ。あんたが納得するようにしばらく好きにしたらいい。当時、君は6歳だった。わけがわからないうちに家族を失い、未だに心の整理がつかない気持ち、よくわかるんだ。真相はわかるかもしれない、わからないかもしれない。エヴァさんは犯人かもしれないし、犠牲者かもしれない。エンジェちゃんが信じる真実が見つけられるのを祈ってるよ。若いうちの旅も貴重な経験かもしれない。
ありがとうございます。お忙しいところ、お邪魔して本当にすみませんでした、おこのぎさん。
Oh boy, do we have a new character? Let's take a look. Okonogi Tetsuro. Tetsuro? Yeah. Leader of the Ushiromiya group. After Eva's death and until Angie succeeds the group, he and his ministers are the one managing it. However, since Angie has no desire to do so, the group is on the brink of internal discord, putting him in a difficult position as well. He was previously the president of Foodstuffs Distribution Company and had an intimate relationship with the Hideyoshi Company. Because of that long-lasting association, Eva particularly trusted him, and he was appointed to a significant post in the group.